for today's Friday Flicks. We have a very special guest.
That's right, my brother Phil Fest, live from Las Vegas. Good morning, Lens.
Hi, Justin. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Yeah. How are you?
I'm great. We have fog in Las Vegas. I imagine you get that there, but here it's kind of an anomaly. We don't get that here, so it's kind of weird.
It's almost like we should have them do a weather report from Las Vegas because, we don't have fog there normally. All right. So, Phil, yesterday we talked about all the traditional Christmas movies, and we want to know some of your top 10. We're going to do these 5 of them here and 5 of them next hour.
Okay.
But what are some of yours that are a little bit off the beaten path, right?
Yeah, as you know, I'm a little bit non-traditional. So in this hour, we're going to go with some more holiday-themed films that you probably will recognize, and then later we'll go with some that you probably wouldn't think of necessarily. So let's start with number 10. Everyone's probably heard of this one. It's called White Christmas, and it features Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. It also is known for having the titular song, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. The unique thing about this movie is that Bing Crosby didn't think the song was that remarkable or that it would ever take off, but as you know, it gained in popularity very much.
I love the song, yeah.
Yeah, huge song now. All right, what's next? What's number 9, Lens?
So we're all familiar with the book Little Women, but what you may not know is that there are 3 motion picture adaptations of that film. One that was made in the 30s, another that was made in the 40s, and finally one that was made in the 1990s. We probably remember the recent one with Winona Ryder and Kirsten Dunst. The one I like was made in the 40s, and that features Liz Taylor and Janet Leigh.
Yes, Janet Leigh, what's her name's mother? Right? Janet Leigh is whose mother,
Lens? Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I couldn't think of it. I was going to say, like...
Okay, all
so
right.
yes, there are
we got to get through these 3 more films. Go.
Sure. Home for the Holidays. Now, this one actually takes place during Thanksgiving, but it tends to be a little bit more realistic because it follows a dysfunctional family, features Holly Hunter and Robert Downey Jr.
Interesting. All right, what's number 7?
Also made in the 40s, Meet Me in St. Louis features Judy Garland, and it premiered the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Interesting. Didn't know that from that movie.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Origin of that song is from that film. And for number 6, You've Got Mail, which is a remake of a movie called The Shop Around the Corner. Now, in The Shop Around the Corner, Jimmy Stewart and Margaret Sullivan are pen pals. In the recent film, we have Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan who correspond with each other over email, of course, yet they're using dial-up, which is very interesting.
I remember that film.
But a lot of Christmas scenes in New York, a lot of fun holiday lighting, so it will definitely put you in the mood.
And you had a little tip, too, Len. Dave Chappelle in You've Got Mail? I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was one of his last feature film roles. Speaking of obscurity, we don't hear about him much anymore, but it was one of his last featured film roles before he took off with his television show, as we all come to know. And then since then, I'm not quite sure what's happened to Dave.
He's back doing some stand-up now. Okay, Len, so...
Oh, is he? Okay, well, I figured you might know.
Top 5 is coming up, right?
Top 5 coming up in the next hour. You got to stick around. We'll check back in with my brother, Phil, for Phil's Films, Phil's Flicks, whatever you want to call them, on a Friday. There, look at the snowman.
I like
love
that.
it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. A lot of the Christmas, 40s was a big year for
big Christmas
decade,
films,
I should say.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It is 8:41 for today's Friday Flicks. We have a very special guest.
All right, my brother back live from Las Vegas to talk about some semi-traditional holiday movies. And I love the hat there, Lee.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's very Disney.
Yeah, I did.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, good. It's got big ears. So we did kind of the traditional ones, the traditional top 5 movies, but now we're getting, what do you call them, freakishly fun or foul, right?
Exactly. These skew a little darker, so why don't I just go ahead and kick it off with number 5, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This one has just steadily gained in popularity since it premiered in 1993, produced by Tim Burton, stop-motion animation, which he's known for, and it features a song called What's This When Jack Skellington First Discovers Snow.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that
Interesting.
movie a lot.
All right, what about number 4? This is not really Christmas movie, but it was set around Christmas, right?
It is set around Christmas, so many people will probably know the film Die Hard. It does take place on Christmas Eve, where New York police detective, played by Bruce Willis, he and his family are taken hostage in Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. So if you like explosions paired with your Christmas holiday, then that one's for you.
I like that. Yeah, we actually talked about Die Hard the other day,
Yeah.
Lens, with people and their favorite films.
Yeah, they put that up.
They actually
as
put
one.
that up there.
Yeah.
All right, what about number 3?
Oh, cool. Okay, number 3, The Lady in White. Everyone's familiar with A Christmas Story, which plays on a loop. Lady in White, kind of the antithesis of A Christmas Story. It follows a young boy in his story, and also it's paired with the local legend of the ghostly Lady in White.
All right, and we have our final 2.
Final 2, Gremlins, produced by Steven Spielberg. Again, don't normally associate that with a holiday, but it does take place during Christmas. You see Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates overtake the Gremlins in the local movie house. And I give props or credit to anyone in your newsroom or your viewers that knows what animated movie the Gremlins are watching in that movie house at that
Oh.
time.
I can't remember, but we'll have to think about it.
We will ask them
Yeah.
for sure. And you can't get them wet, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is, Lens?
You can't get them wet. That is one of the rules for Gremlins.
Okay, and number 1.
Okay, and then for number 1, drum roll please. We start off the list in the first hour with White Christmas. Number 1 brings you Black Christmas. This movie is credited with bringing into our social consciousness the thought of the slasher film. It predates the movie Halloween. You mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis earlier. This one features Margot Kidder and Olivia Hussey. They're sorority sisters, and they choose to stay in their dorm over the Christmas holiday. They're stalked by an obscene phone caller. Lots of Christmas atmosphere and a lot of mayhem at the same time.
Okay, that's his number
And
1.
Doggo does not like Black Christmas. He's going to dispute you, the new Black Christmas, because apparently they did a new one, Lens. Is that right?
They did a remake, I believe it was 2006, and that one's pretty gory and kind of not my favorite, but if you want to see a superior version, watch the original, which was
suspenseful.
made
I
in
like that.
We'll tell
1974.
Doggo to check out Black Christmas, the original one. I love Christmas Story 2 and Christmas Vacation, which we talked about yesterday too, Len. So thank you very much, Phil's Films, as we got it, or Phil's Flicks. Happy holidays. Yeah, it's Snowman and everything. I love that.
Talk to you soon, Phil. Thanks.
Hold it up.